Hello there, everyone. My name is Ray, and today we're here to play some more Tales of Berseria, part number 53. Thank you all for doing for today's episode. We're going to get the expedition done first, as per usual. Perfect.
I knew this would be big.
Yo,
What a treasure.
Orasoran brothers? I guess, I don't know. A trio of dolls found drifting across the crystal... Okay, I don't really... Oh, we still need the attachment, so we're not moving on just yet. Yeah, no, not just yet. We're gonna make
Me?
Eisen the leader for now. And last episode, we got into our first ever dire fight. Then we ended up coming this way. Is it this way? Yeah, we ended up coming this way, heard a scream. And then I ended the video off there. So I'm not... Oh, look! It's What's-Your-Face! And hey, look! It's the guy from the opening sequence that you guys couldn't see because I couldn't show it because the music was copywritten and stuff. Yo, Xenomantis. Weakness is fire. Okay, that fits.
How can we go be here?
Doesn't really matter. We're just gonna finish it off. That's all we need to do. Doesn't matter why she's here. That's your friend. Defender. Damn it. What's his stats? 57. Well, the Direfo had more. The Direfo had more life than this guy does. But at the same time, this is an actual boss. And that Direfo was the weakest of the weakest of his Direfo forms. Because again, remember it said that once we kill a Direfo, then they all get stronger. The same Direfo type will always get stronger after every time you defeat one. I don't know if there's a limit cap to that. I mean, you think about it, there's got to be a goddamn limit, right? It can't just forever get stronger, because then it would literally at one point or another be undefeatable. So I'm going to assume that eventually we would beat Cerberus Wave, by the way. I've used that attack probably 4 times in this fight already. I love that move. Yo, and she did some pretty hefty damage with that. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. That attack can actually do some pretty decent stun chance if I remember correctly. Oh, that's his like main / strongest attack, the one that'll give you an extra soul if it uses it. And now that we have this, we can actually get our damage on this guy. I will take it. I don't like getting into boss fights where I just rush in and start doing stupid stuff, because that's when you get stunned, and that's when you get your... It's such an odd looking... Like, why do her weapons look like that? Yeah, but no, don't just barrel into fights. Trust me, I found that out the hard way. Getting whipped by pretty much everything that is. Oh, we got another stun. We got another stun, I'll take it. And with this... Yo! Oh, come on! I thought it would be dead. That would have been such a good way to end it. That's fine. Rush Strafe? Can Rush Strafe finish it? Yep, I'll just say that it was. I don't care. Level ups across the board. I'll take it. That's why I'm not really too worried about... So I'm not really too worried about getting us up to the exact level of the enemies here. Just the simple fact that when you fight a boss, you pretty much always go up by at least 1 level. Furious Fighter, Possessor of Paper, Guardian Master, and Spear Wielder. Feldspar Talisman. Celestial Galsite. Grants a random skill that creates an advantage against demi-human, armored, undead, fiend, and dragon enemies on normal mode or above. I'll take it.
I can't believe
Interesting little cutscene. You're going to get a little bit of information, backstory, whatever, for these guys. We already know who Nico is. But these fools are going to find out who she is for the first time.
Velvet? What is this? How are you alive? I could ask you the same question. Where have you been this whole time? You just up and disappeared. Everyone thinks that you were eaten by a demon. But I knew it couldn't be true. You're too strong to let some crummy demon take you down. You're alive.
Even Velvet's starting to feel a little weird about all this. Her former best friend was dead, now back? How the hell?
Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of your friends. I have to let everyone know the good news. You finally come back to us!
Nico's alive. She's alive.
Don't let your guard down. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, naturally, we've got a Reaper with us.
Let's head for a ball. We can ask everyone there exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And just like that, more progress to be made. Let's go down here inside and see
Velvet,
what's down
have
here.
to
I don't know
ask.
what...
Are you sure that the other villagers died that day?
Well, it's not like I had time to check.
Dangerous fight. Dangerous fight. I'll take it. Dangerous and kind of not bad. Get wrecked, son. Consuming claw right off the bat, you get a stun. And then I get to stun you again? Dude, you guys are just not having a good time, are you? That's fine by me, because I'm having a great time. Yo, so the thing about the dire foes, I'm probably going to try and remember to do some research on this crap. I don't know. Do they change depending on the area, or do they change depending on the screen? Because there's a lot of enemy icons in this game. Those orcs get palette swapped. The birds get palette swapped. The octopus, the bugs, the flying birds like the eagles and the hawks, the orcs, the trolls, the heads. There's so many things. Snakes, Medusa-like creatures.
Hold on. You can read a Guardian's heart?
So I think there is a super strong version of every icon in this game. And unless they start duplicating them, or like certain dire foes can appear in multiple areas, it's way too ridiculous to assume that they would appear every like different one. Like a dire foe that appears here will be different than the dire foe that we fight on one screen over, whatever. I think it would depend on like the area of the map you're in. And by map I mean like this. Like here in the Morgana Woods, you'd find one. Here in the Pernia Cliffside Path, you'd find a different one. You know what I mean? Just to make up for all the ones that are missing, because those Code Red demons are not all... I think this leads to a dead end for us right now, because we don't have the Geo board, which we'll get here relatively soon. But I don't know. I'll probably do a little bit of research to find out. Oh, we can grab some of these.
I'm ready for
Get us a
this.
favorable encounter. We can grab us some of these kitty clones while we're over here. Oh, these guys weak to fire? They're weak to fire. Okay. Well, is it dependent on their typing? As far as like the classification rather? Like, no. Because he gets Laughing Raven. I was gonna say, with Blue Inferno, since it's fire, would that go against all these orc dudes because they're weak to fire? Or, I don't understand, because some of them I know for a fact are resistant to the element that you're using. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're about to clear this field, though. We're about to clear this field, though. I can promise you that. There we go. I tend to, it's kind of a new tactic that I've developed. Instead of just going in using my, instead of just going in like a madman and using my Consuming Claw and then just ending it as quickly as possible, I tend to hit them a couple times trying to get off a status effect. That way I can actually go back into it. It seems to make sense to me, and it's been helping me quite a bit, so I think I'm going to stick to it. I don't know why that bird was just staying there. It wasn't stunned, but that's fine. Goodbye.
Come on,
How's everybody
really?
doing? We got several of those ribbons. I don't know why you follow me like you're about to do something. Get wrecked. I just need to stun you. There we go. There we go. I'll take it. Oh, another stun. I wasn't even attacking that guy. Well, I was, but not intending to. You can get destroyed with the Blue Inferno, though. And he got a burn, too. What does burn actually do in this game? I know in Pokemon it makes it so that you can't do as much damage with your physical attacks. I would assume in this game it kind of just lowers your HP over time, but that's exactly what Poison does. Fatigue just makes it so you can't recover any health at all. I mean, actually, no, that can't be it, now that I'm thinking about it, because every status element in this game prevents you from healing. I'm not sure. Maybe you can't recover souls with fatigue. What level are we at now? 41. So now we're actually ahead of these guys. Even though last episode... Well, we did get into a dire fight. Maybe that's what it was. Let's see. Wait, what? basically does it. So X is basically our fire. Circle is basically our wind. Infernal Torrent. Maybe I should do that instead. Yeah, I'll probably just do that. And let's see, what's our sure, okay. And then do we have a earth one that's just earth? No, it's Mega Sonic Thrust. And you've already got that one. I will keep Shadow Flow then. Excuse me. And I guess that means Triangle has to be water. I really should have done this a while ago. We'll make that Twin Whip. Because I know there's one that's lower than that. Or is Twin Whip the... I guess Twin Whip is the... I thought the Water Snake's Wake was lower for whatever reason. Anything else? Heaven's Wrath would probably be the last one. It doesn't matter. I don't think I have the last one for water, to be honest with you. But we're going to grab all these things. Look at all the kitty clothes, baby. I love it. And now, by the time we go back to the island where the Kraken's at and finally get to fight that stupid thing, I should have done that a long time ago. Like I said, when we were there, though, I was wondering if I should do it then or not. I wasn't sure if we could take it down then. But I knew for whatever reason. I'm still not exactly sure. I know they explained it to you. I missed it in my own playthrough. But, I don't know why we can't go back to the assault, other than the fact that maybe it's too deep with exorcists, or maybe they're worried that the malevolence will screw up Laphicet way too much, because there's a lot of it around there, which is dumb because we can go back to the other areas where we've taken Therians from, and that's fine, but apparently the malevolence down there is just too thick. I don't know. So obviously we're still going to fight these fools. We're just not going to fight every single one that we see. Examples include, but are not limited to, these schmucks. And that thing at the end almost got out of the dangerous encounter range. I would have been so pissed off. I would have been so pissed off. No, that's actually not a bad attack. I remember that attack, actually. It's not aerial strike, is it? No, that must. I think that was Eleanor. It doesn't matter. Like I said before, I love dangerous encounters, so that's what we tend to try to do. Sometimes it hurts us, sometimes it screws us over. I have gotten game overs from dangerous encounters before, but I still say that there's no reason to not have one if you can, just because they give you so much more experience. And even though they gain levels, they don't seem to gain any extra, like, they don't seem to gain any attacks. Maybe on other modes, on like harder modes, like hard or evil or chaos or whatever, maybe those allow the enemies to gain more attacks on the dangerous encounters, but they don't gain any extra attacks. The only problem is there's so many of them. Like how we bombard one or two enemies, get them stunned, and then screw them up. That's what they can do to us, and that's why we can get our asses whipped so incredibly easily. Just, if you know what you're doing and you can handle this particular group of enemies, that's really all you need to know. As long as you can handle the enemies in the area that you're getting into dangerous encounters on, if you know their tactics, or if you know tactics to screw them up, you'll be fine. There's no real reason not to do it. People get intimidated by dangerous encounters because they have higher levels, so they assume that they have higher stats and that they have, you know, just more attacks or whatever. The only real difference is that there's so many more enemies. Their levels are increased, but like I said, it doesn't seem to matter. Because even when you go back to... I think we can actually open this one, to be honest with you. Yep, okay, good. So we had enough for that one. So, like, say you go back to, like I showed you guys before when we went back to Helavis. When you have enemies over there that were so far beneath you, and yet when you go back... I think they had a dangerous encounter. Yo, there's 3 of them. Let's do it. Watch me regret this instantly. But no, they were above us, actually, when we went and got into the dangerous encounters, even though they were, like, level... I want to say 7, 8 originally in the game. They were up in the 40s with, up in the 30s where we were. And we still got very little experience points. They didn't have but a little bit more life. Oh my god, the destruction is real. Did y'all see it? Well, I know y'all saw that if you paid attention to the video. But again, like I said, if you're like me, you're not actually watching this right now. That's the kind of crap that I do. Like I said, I watch Let's Plays all the time technically, but I don't watch any of them for the most part. Stuff's in a tab while I'm doing something else on the internet, or it's just playing in the background while I'm doing something else. And I do know that, although I do tend to complain about, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for people to
You won't get any pity or compassion from me.
talk about the game while they're doing it. I can see what's going on in the game. You know, I do that myself as well. Obviously,
This can't
sometimes.
be. After what I did, when he killed Luffy.
Velvet, are you alright?
Of course I'm all right. I know I'm right. I'm sure of it. This isn't how the village should be.
Well, let's stay calm and investigate.
I am calm. I'm fine. Really.
It didn't seem like that was someone else masquerading as this Nico girl.
But if she's the real thing, then something very unnatural is going on. You get me, Rokuro?
Yeah, we better keep an eye out.
So that's the way to advance, I think. We'll kill you on our way back. That's the way to advance, I think. So I want to come down here. Because I don't want to miss anything. And I know I will. I know I do. I blatantly walk past items on some cases. And, you know, kitty clumps and all that other crap we just walk by. But no, I'm not trying to do that. So, yeah. I think I asked y'all what your favorite anime was before. Oh, this is just the other side of that. Okay. Well, then we'll come back here. This isn't anything crucial. Once we get our geo board, whenever we come back. But yeah, once we go back to the other island where I think it's Yasalt, where the Kraken's at, and where I said they have a butt ton of kitty clumps. You guys have already seen those. Now, once we are able to go back there, I will be able to use that to farm. I'm a man of my word, so die. I will be able to farm the kitty clumps basically to my heart's content. Because all I do is I ride through that entire area on the geo board, and we're such high levels now compared to the enemies that are there, we just kill them all, so we don't have to worry about getting into any fights. Dangerous encounters are nullified as well, because we'll just rip right through them. And we pick up all the kitty clumps. There's well over 150 in there. Then we warp to an inn with an Enough bottle. We take a nap, and we do it again. In a couple of minutes, all things considered, in just a couple of minutes without the fights and whatever, that area really isn't all that big. It really isn't. And I know it probably seems that way for those of you who saw me go through there, but like I said, it's just, see, that's what the problem is. If they did that to one of our characters, we would get our asses whipped. But that is regardless of how many there are. So again, just keep the dangerous encounter enemies in check and you'll be fine. So I can go back there and get a couple hundred in 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. Now we got the geo board. There is a dangerous encounter. Not a dangerous encounter. A Code Red Demon up here. Big Daddy Behemoth. I think it's the Behemoth, right? Oh yes. We're not gonna fight him just yet. We'll probably fight him on our way out of this place. Like I said, they don't follow you. If they see you, and they 9 times out of 10 will see you. I'm still not sure how I snuck up on that one. The wolf guy that was over there by the, God, I can't remember the place. The name of the place. But he, I don't know. We went up to him, he didn't see us, and then we whipped his ass, so. I'm not sure how that happened, considering that these guys can usually see you when you're behind them. And pretty much on the other side of the map, I don't get it. It doesn't really matter. Pick that up. 8 tails coins. Fine seed money for the Devil Joe Empire. Got some comfreys. Nothing too exciting. This place is pretty, though. I like the way this place looks. The only issue I would have living in a place like this is how it basically always looks like it's twilight or dawn or dusk or midday, however you want to say it. Like, I don't like when it always looks like it's the same time of day. And no matter when we've come here, this place always looks the same. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me. There's just something about like Twilight Town from Kingdom Hearts. The series, not any particular game. I never really liked that level, just because maybe I just don't like orange all that much. I'm not sure. Orangish, yellowish type of shit. I'm not a fan. And I will say this next part of the game kind of annoys me just a little bit. It seems way too fake to me, but that's the last time I mentioned it, so there you go.
You're really all right.
Oh, thank heavens! It's so good to
It's
see
good
you.
to see you too, nameless character.
Time. You never even wrote.
But
I was in prison.
I don't. I thought the whole village was wiped out that day.
Yeah, it nearly was.
But just when we thought it was all over, Arthur, Lord Artorias saved us.
No, it was his doing in the first place. He sacrificed Laphicet.
It really was a shame what happened to that poor boy.
That's all you have to say? A shame? My brother Laffy died
I'm sorry. Truly, I am. But you can't lose hope, dear.
He's right. What counts is that your brother's still alive.
He's alive?
He's in your house. Don't worry, we've all pitched in to take care of him.
I don't...
Velvet.
Gotta get that pose going.
Velvet, let's go to your house and see.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome back, Velvet. I guess what's happening is Celica was watching over you. Well, Celica's like dead, so. Velvet Laffy said is just go and see him. There'll be plenty of time to catch up later. Go on home and see Laffy said. No. Suck a dick. How's that sound? I have to thank you for our trade with Talesian. Anyone from a ball gets special treatment here. I have you to thank for it. Is this? I always thought that, I don't know. I thought he was, what the hell are they called? Bloodwing. I thought he was a Bloodwing. What the hell? Why is this open? Oh, because we opened it way, way back in the beginning of the game. Miss Velvet, look, Orthalina became a mommy while you were gone? Oh, that's the dog's name. Okay. Okay, so the cats are kind of cute. They're losing their mind, but they're kind of cute. Now, do you guys know? Nothing to say. That's the jackass I was talking about. Yeah, it's probably a good thing that your sister died.
Laffy's alive?
What's wrong?
Look at Magilu. She's such a... Oh, God.
Well, that didn't break it.
Next time you suspect an illusory art, test out your theory on yourself.
You think we're all seeing an illusion?
It's possible. It wouldn't be the first time.
But an entire village? That shouldn't be possible. Shouldn't be, no.
How do we approach this? Try to break it apart at the seams somehow?
No. For now, we and our enemies share the same goal. Come on. Help me look for the Therian.
Sure.
I think I'll stick with Velvet.
I won't stop you.
Keep a close eye on her. I don't think she's entirely right in the head at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rokuro and Aizen are gone. And it's us three now. Well, us four. For some reason, I thought Eleanor went with Rokuro and Aizen, but no, she didn't.
Be sure to stay with me.
Where else would we go, yo? There's nowhere else to go. And will they let me get the Geo Tree first? Nope!
My home. It hasn't changed a bit.
We need to be careful, Velvet. Aizen thinks this could be a trap.
You think Nico and everyone are being controlled?
I don't know. It's just...
You think it could be Melchior's doing. But even so... It's not going to work on me.
You're insane.
My God, she
People
cut her
can fight
hand. That's
against
it.
pain, but
All she did was cut her hand. How is that insane? I guess maybe the
won't
fact that she did it on
be
purpose.
deceived by this.
You'll open your wound.
You're warm. Luffy. You're really alive.
So much for I won't be deceived by this. Holy crap, that went out the window quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's been asleep. Ever since that day. I found him at the shrine. Collapsed on the ground. His wounds healed, but he's never woken up.
If he's still alive.
And a
all
spoiler
that
alert,
matters.
so if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead by like... Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll wait for the
I'll
cutscene
find
to
a
be
way
over so you
wake
guys can at least see
again,
this.
Luffy. I swear I will. We'll be together.
I didn't think about it until I said it, but if I did a spoiler right now, that would make you skip the entire cutscene,
I
basically.
still have to thank you for this comb after all.
So that's where Velvet's comb came from.
did Lord Artorias really try to sacrifice such a defenseless child? What's wrong, Laphicet? You don't look like your usual perky self.
I'm okay. I'm just glad Velvet's all right.
What? Your name is Laphicet too? What a weird coincidence!
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about all that, you guys.
Don't worry about it. What are we going to do now?
If it were me, I'd make Laphicet something he really likes for dinner tonight. He can handle soup. Maybe he'll notice the smell of your cooking and it'll wake him up.
What is
Yeah.
with this game and food? And
Maybe
how
I
the
should.
hell is he supposed to
Would
eat?
you watch out for
Eat?
him
How
while
is he
I go
supposed
by
to
what you
eat?
need?
So how is he supposed to eat soup if he's like asleep, literally asleep?
I am at your beck and call.
Is there anything I can do to help too?
Yes, please. I'll need you to be my taste tester.
Expeditions
All right.
back.
First, I'm going to whip up my special quiche. And then I'll throw in tomato and egg soup. And some pudding.
I didn't even know your face had smile muscles.
What are you talking about? She smiled throughout the game several times. You act like she's never smiled before, woman. Send it on out. Like, seriously, she doesn't smile a lot, but she smiles when she talks to Laphicet. Got another cat box that we can't open just now. She smiles when she talks to Laphicet and when she remembers her little brother, at least momentarily, before she gets super pissed off.
I wonder if they've located the Therian.
Let's just leave that to them.
You're not curious?
Of course I am, but for right now, I want to stay close to Velvet. I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Something more important than finding the Therian?
Yeah. My stomach is twisted, and I've got a chill up my spine. I'm really scared.
Very well. I trust your feelings. We'll leave the Therian to Rokuro and Aizen, and stay with Velvet then.
Thanks, Eleanor.
Magilu, what will you do?
Whatever I feel like.
I shouldn't have asked.
Thanks anyway, Magilu. Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
In the end, whatever happens, happens. Wiser words never spoken, right?
Yeah, see, so obviously, that was part of the spoiler, but they just showed it right there, so I don't have to really mention it, but I will anyway. Magilu knows exactly what's going on, and she knows exactly why it's happening and how it's happening, as does Bienfu. So they already know what the deal is. It may be good, it may be bad, but no one understands besides those four. Two! I can count, damn it!
It's been a long time, hasn't it, Velvet? I wanted to apologize to you for ages now.
Apologize? What for?
That business with Arthur. Back then, I said he seemed like a fraud. I know you took it pretty hard, but if he wasn't there 3 years ago, our village would have been destroyed. I'm sorry I doubted him.
I didn't trust him then either. I only realized how amazing of a person he was when he saved all of our lives. All this
Yeah,
time,
get off his
Where have you
dick.
been these...
I'm
Sorry.
skipping this
I know
crap.
we
I don't
can't-
care. They spend 20 minutes just talking about how great Artorias is, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, great, thank you. Yes, Artorias is just amazing. Yes, we love that man. Talk to what's her face here.
The coming of the Malakim are a gift from the Empyreans, a reward for our repentance and our renewed prayers. The Malakim are our blades against the demons, and the exorcists the hands that wield them. Humanity's hope.
You never change. Want me to take you home this time?
No! Don't treat me like I'm senile!
Okay.
Oh! It's you, Velvet.
I don't understand how she doesn't
Be
realize it's
careful
Velvet
when
until that
fighting
part
prickle
comes. Like, is
boars.
Velvet the only one
If
that
they
ever does
charge
it?
you, punch 'em in the
And I've known
nose.
people who are senile, and I know it can take them a while to
No.
grasp things, but she's
Throw
just...
sand in their eyes!
Sand in the
hell?
eyes. Got it.
You finally started listening to me. You're 16. You've really grown.
Yeah.
16. But aren't you 19?
Leave her be.
Yeah, like, seriously, what the hell? What would be the point in explaining it to you? You can obviously tell she's got something going on, woman.
Velvet! It's been forever! Great to see you. You haven't changed a whit.
What do you mean by that?
Have you seen Nico yet?
I have.
She's as full of life as she always
Were
was.
you
right?
not out there at
Come to
the
think of it,
meeting
Nothing's really changed much, has
that
it?
just
I
took
suppose
place?
not. By the way, how are Orthy and Russ doing?
They're still
Those
bitch
pups haven't
made.
changed a whit either. They saw a guy with a big sword walking with a dour-eyed fellow in black. They freaked out and hightailed it.
That would be Rokuro and Aizen.
Those dogs are as cowardly as always.
So, what part of Velvet hasn't changed a whit?
She doesn't have any makeup on?
Uh-huh.
So you don't even know what you're talking about. Yo, you haven't changed at all. What about me has remained the same? Bruh. Bruh.
Between the cold, the famine, and the demon blight, there were times I thought the world was done for. But over the past 3 years, I've stopped worrying.
I know we're overly reliant on Arthur and the Exorcists, but this village has changed. The Exorcists taught us that there are things the demons hate.
So homie's the owner and she's the owner's
But we
wife?
can keep them away.
Like,
It's
wouldn't that make her
peaceful
the
now.
the
Exorcists
co-owner?
stop by
Or
and
couldn't they
patrol
just
every
both
now
be
and
like
then.
male
We
owner and
haven't had a
female
case of
owner or
demon
something like
blight
that?
since what happened to your sister was horrible. But you and Laphicet should try
I
to
don't know. It
move
just seems
on.
weird that his
Make the
name
most
is
of your
owner and
lives.
her name
I
is,
hope
the
he wakes up
woman who's
soon.
married to
I'm
the
sure
owner.
he will.
Alright, Chumpasaurus, talk to me.
Could I get some eggs, milk, spinach, and tomatoes? And I'd love to know what cheese you'd recommend too.
You got it. And in celebration of your homecoming, I won't even charge. With you cooking up a feast like that, I'm sure Laphicet will wake up straight away.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
Y'all
You
must be
want
putting
some
on way
spinach?
too much hope on
I
this crap.
can't really handle
Yo,
it
I know
myself.
exactly how this is
You'll
gonna turn out,
never
even though I
grow
have
up
no idea how it's
strong
gonna
if
turn
you
out.
don't
And then when it
eat your
doesn't turn out the way you said it was
spinach,
gonna
young
turn out, then you look
I'm
like a
just
pile of
fine
trash.
without it so far, thank you.
Oh, if you insist. I'll leave it out just this once.
Wow, Velvet, you must be special. Not many folks get to be friends with an exorcist.
How can you tell she's
She's
an
not
exorcist
my
just by
friend.
looking at her?
The way you two bicker, I find that hard to believe.
Oh yeah. Do you have any prickle boar?
Oh, I'm sorry
I
to
like how
say
she
that I'm
got so
out of
pissed
the
off
bunch.
too. She's not my
That's
friend.
fine. I'll hunt some up myself in the tranquil woods. Just like old times.
Actually, there haven't been any prickle boars there lately. You should try the Morgana Woods instead.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the tip.
Velvet, I never knew.
You don't like spinach, right, Eleanor?
Well, you know, I just... All right, it's true, but keep that between us.
What
okay?
the hell
No,
kind
I
of
really
character
seem to be
trait is
enjoying
that? Like
herself at the
you
shop.
you are embarrassed by the fact that you don't
Means
like
you can
spinach.
really
If
pick
it's
out a
gross,
nice
it's
balance of
gross.
foods while making every gulp count.
If you don't
She
like
seems
it,
so
why the
cheerful
hell
and
would you be
carefree.
embarrassed by
That's
that?
the
What a
real
weirdo
Velvet.
freak
I'm
face.
sure of it.
Yes, an ordinary, dutiful, loving sister.
I wish she could have stayed that way.
She could have
She
if her
could
brother
have
wasn't
lived a
killed.
happy life, surrounded by her friends.
Just plain Velvet Crow, sister to Lord Artorias.
And maybe not Lord Artorias, but just plain Arthur.
A happy, ordinary life for an ordinary girl, with a kind family and supportive friends.
Yo, if that shit happened and then she and Arthur didn't come through the crap, like she didn't realize what would have happened.
Some prickle boars.
Yeah, sure.
I can talk to these guys. Yo, so, like, if all that crap went down, the bullshit at the fan, and she never learned what Artorias McBitchmade did to her brother, would he have just taken her with him and made up some story? You know, well, the demons killed, which technically wouldn't have been a lie, but the demons killed your brother and wiped out the village, but I was able to save you, this and that. I'm sorry that, you know, your sister died, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry that your brother died. But, you know, you and I are still here, and, you know, we can still take care of each other and be a family, you know, fuck yourself. Would he have done that kind of crap? Or would he, you know, of course it's pointless to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, because that's what we do, is talk about bullshit. But anyway, I'm in this video now, so fuck it! I'm gone. Thank you all for watching. As always, my name is Rain. I will see you all next time for part number 50, Cliffhanger, again. Tales of Luigi is the Lord of all that is. But until then, goodbye, everybody.